Creighton's been polarizing. This was our preseason national championship pick. Both of us preseason picked this team. Can we address the fact that we both picked Stephen Ashworth to win a national championship?
Can we also address the fact that we had voted them at mid-year most likely or to need a players only meeting?
That's true. Wow, how things have changed. Okay, so Creighton has lost 3 of 5. Those losses have been all over the place to me. They got destroyed by UNLV in Vegas. Then they go back home and beat Alabama in a game that they barely had Kalkbrenner in, kind of show you the down and the up of Creighton basketball. Then they start 0-2 in Big East play, lose at home to Villanova in a really bad loss. Like Villanova didn't have Justin Moore and Creighton led most of the game. Villanova steals it late in overtime. Then they go on the road to Marquette and they look really good, where Creighton led most of that game on the road to Marquette. Most teams won't do that. They lose by 5. And then they bounce back. I mean, Georgetown's Georgetown. I don't even want to talk about that game, but big road win at Georgetown. So who is Creighton? Like, can you just explain who is Creighton right now?
Creighton is the Big East.
Are we getting philosophical?
Who is the Big East right now? Like when you think like who are they?
The
Like
conference of the reigning national champs.
they are, but like you go team by team, it's just like what who knows? Seton Hall, who knows? Providence lost one of the best players. UConn hurt as well, lost one of their better players. Marquette, had some losses had some losses in there too that just are like, what the hell? I guess not what the hell. It's not inexcusable to lose at Wisconsin and to at Providence as well. But it's just like I don't know. This conference just confuses me. Like they're good, don't get me wrong, but it baffles me. It baffles me less when I do the whole it's college basketball thing. Just expect this type of this type of like dips and whatever. But I just find myself saying like, what is the Big East? And me and you came into the season and we were like, Creighton Final Four. Creighton has a chance to win it all pick. We came in with 100% confidence in that pick. If I had to tell you what my confidence level is at right now, it'd be somewhere less than 5% with this team, unfortunately. And that hurts me. But I think it's time to really accept the fact that Ashworth just wasn't the answer that we all thought he was going to be. And to be quite frank about it and not attack players, he has been probably the most disappointing transfer in the country that was expected a lot of him. So, that's tough to see. And unfortunately, that really affects Creighton's floor and ceiling.
Yeah, it's not fun to watch because I kind of feel for him. Like he's
Yeah.
just not that.
Year two Ashworth would probably be fun.
Don't talk ourselves into that, man. I just think I think he's more a find your level guy, and he was at his level, and then he got excited that he has opportunities to not be at his level and go to a different level. This isn't his level, and he's visibly small, visibly stuff that worked at his previous destination doesn't work in the Big East because you're going up against bigger, stronger, faster, athletic guys, and he just looks small, man. Like he can't get himself open at all. So if he has to put the ball on the floor, attack and close out, he can do it a little bit, but it usually doesn't lead to anything good. It kills the possession. So I feel for him because I think there isn't really a solution to this one. Like sometimes there's solutions for transfers who are like, oh, they gotta get the flow of the offense. They're gonna get there as the season goes on. I don't think that's the case with Ashworth. I think Ashworth gets the offense, and unless he's getting a wide open catch and shoot opportunity, I don't think he can contribute. So that's tough. On the Providence side of this, you just lost Bryce Hopkins. He's out for the year. Going to be in a really, really emotional spot, surely. You lost the game that you lost Bryce Hopkins in at home to Seton Hall. Nobody expected that. Now you're stuck, man. This next week for them, they go at Creighton, at St. John's, Ricky P. Like, I wouldn't want 2 straight road games without Bryce Hopkins the moment I lose Bryce Hopkins. And I think Creighton's kind of a pissed off team. This has the smell of a blowout to me, and I don't feel good saying that.
Yeah, I don't feel good saying that either because one, it's going to take time to emotionally adjust from losing your star in Bryce Hopkins. two, playing wise, it's going to take some time to figure out what that looks like. Like this team has been playing with Bryce Hopkins last season. This team is used to Bryce Hopkins being Bryce Hopkins and and being a part of the team. So that's gonna look different without him. And I know this is a preview for this game, but last game for Providence, even after losing Bryce Hopkins, there were some things that concern me with Providence. I think Devin Carter is the best player on Providence. I thought Devin Carter is the best player on Providence, even when they had Bryce Hopkins. I watched a game that was tight down the stretch where Devin Carter wasn't getting touches and was taking a back seat to Josh Aduro, which Josh Aduro is a good player. Devin Carter in the last 4 minutes of a game shouldn't be taking a back seat to anybody, in my opinion. So that was kind of odd to see from Providence and Coach Kim English. It seemed to be an exerted effort to get Josh Aduro the ball instead of Devin Carter, which I just wasn't necessarily a fan of. But yeah, to be honest with you, this has, like you said, to not sound like a broken record, this does have all the makings of a like, oh, Creighton gets right against a Bryce Hopkins-less Providence team at home when they really need a win in the Big East.
Yeah, I think the only hope for Providence this game would be, can they hold up defensively? And they've been so good this year defensively, like you would think maybe. Sixth in the country in defensive efficiency against Creighton's offense, which actually is only 20th. I'm a little surprised by that. I thought this Creighton team has the look of a top 10 offense, but apparently not. Providence's best defensive strength, though, has been inside. Like they take away the rim. It's hard to score in the paint against them. Creighton's elite at that. Like Cal, obviously, when you have Cal, he's like a 62% from the floor. That's the team 2-point percentage, and Cal's the reason why. But Providence's 3-point defense hasn't been great. It's been okay this year. They limit attempts more than anything, but they're better at protecting the rim shooting than they are from three. And to me, I think Hopkins is so important to this defense in this game. Calc's going to get more looks inside than he normally would, and then they're going to have to overcompensate inside a little bit, and that could potentially lead to more looks from three than Providence usually gives up. So I don't know. What is Hopkins important enough to the Providence defense, or do you think the defense can be okay without him?
I think the defense can be okay without him. I don't think he's like an integral part to the defense. I think a lot of the defense starts with Ticket Gaines and Jaden Pierre and Devin Carter, especially. I think Devin Carter's been to steal it from Riley. If I had to pick a perimeter defender to be the best defender in the country, I think Devin Carter is the best perimeter defender in the country, and he causes a lot of problems for players. So I don't think the defense will be affected overall, like drastically. I still think they'll be pretty good, but that 3-point percentage thing scares me because, like you said, a team that needs it in Creighton, in the comfy confines of their home court, they could get it going quickly and pour it on in bunches.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing with Creighton, too, is like their whole identity is winning the 3-point discrepancy. Like they shoot the 5th most threes in the country, and they limit 3-point attempts 7th most in the country. So, like, any given game, usually Creighton's going to shoot about twice as many threes as you do. That's a terrifying proposition. It's really hard to beat a basketball team like that. And I think that's why you and I wanted to believe in Creighton, honestly, is we love that style of basketball. Like, we shoot more threes than you is a formula I want to support always.
Always.
The
And always.
problem is, if you go through Creighton's losses, though, Cart, like, teams haven't even needed to make threes to beat this team. UNLV did. They shot them off the court. But, like, Colorado State, Villanova, and Marquette each beat Creighton just being better, being on a cold shooting night from three. So I think, like, if Providence had Hopkins, I would kind of buy that maybe they could do that, because Providence isn't a great shooting team. Like, I don't see like they make enough threes to keep up in this game. But without Hopkins, like, you're right, it's going to lead to more Oduro. And if there's more Oduro, what's the alt line on Creighton? Like, can we get Creighton minus 19.5 in this game?
Yeah, this unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because it is an unfortunate situation for Providence. Like, you lose Bryce Hopkins, and your first reward is 2 straight road games: one against Creighton, who needs a win, and 2 against a coach that's on a spite tour.
Hey, baby. Watch the St. John's preview if you want to know what we're talking about with the spite tour. Okay, so prediction time. I'm going Creighton by 24 points.
24. Wow. I
24
will
points.
go Creighton by, I'll take the easy route out. I'll say 15 plus.
Okay. Yeah, I think again, I don't believe in Creighton long term whatsoever. I think Creighton has some front runner tendencies. This is a game they can front run. Like this is a we get Trey Alexander like 14 for 17 from the floor, and it's because there's no resistance.
Yeah. Is Creighton back?
You're gonna have to watch a different program that likes to play Are They Back to see that one. We don't play Are They Back. But could you beat a Rhino one-on-one in the wild?
Do I have a weapon?
Stay tuned. Subscribe to Sleepers Media to find more answers to questions like this.